heavy duty. Why I can't say that correctly? Heavy, I could doodle. Heavy duty diesel engine oil. Wow, that's a tongue twister, mouthful. Dude, welcome back to the channel, Peace and Nature. My name is Easy Glaze, and today we got the Toro Wheel Horse 266H. It's a beauty. This one's from 1994. Snagged it off Marketplace for only 300 bucks. It runs no problem. The snowblower attachment was attached to the mower when I got it, but I had to detach it to get it on to the pickup truck that I had. I only brought this mower just for the snowblower attachment. I have a long driveway here, and it killed me last winter, so I wanted it to be prepared for this winter. I'm only using this mower for snow blowing. We're gonna do an oil change, spark plugs, air filter, get all of that out the way so she could be up and running top notch. Got some cosmetic issues like this hood here. I'm gonna put a piece of sheet metal over it, you know, just touch it up. As far as the seat, I'll put a seat cover, and that's it. Besides that, it has its chains, both sides. Got the wheel caps too, the hubs, wheel hubs. So that's pretty cool. We got some wheel weights. I got the belt for the snowblower attachment. So it came with everything, and it even came with all the manuals, as you can see here. Definitely a good find. I think it was a steal. So for today's oil change on this wheel horse, I'm gonna use Shell Rotella T6 SAE 5W40 full synthetic. And yes, you read that right. It says heavy duty diesel engine oil. Now the reason why I'm using this oil, I'll just show you guys. I've been chatting with ChatGPT, and it's telling me here. Keeps the hydraulic lifters incredibly clean, eliminates the common valve clicking or sticking that occurs in, when they sit cold over the winter, instant winter flow. So I'm only using this tractor in the winter. So as far as the winter, it tells me that it should be a quick startup. Now, I want you guys to let me know down in the comments. I'm not gonna read everything. There was something about zinc and all these extra things that help this engine out. So you guys let me know down in the comments, have you used Shell Rotella heavy duty diesel engine oil for your mowers? I went through Reddit threads, and that actually made me feel more better because there's a lot of people who use it. So again, let me know down in the comments if you use it for your mowers. I'm gonna try it out for the first time, and I'll see during the winter if it's actually good or not. All right, I'm gonna pull the mower over here. We're gonna do the engine oil, spark plugs, air filter. Let's get started. All right, let's start her up. It should start up right away. Look, a little crack from here. So this was on here somewhere, and I went to lift it and it cracked. So that plastic is very brittle. All right, I got the choke all the way up. I gotta press that forward. First try, baby, it starts right up. I mean, can't get no better than that. I'll let the choke run for a minute or so, really quickly. I want the fluids to flow a little bit before I do the oil change. That should be good. Got the brake on. All right, guys, so first things first. I got the hood open. I got the oil pan. We're gonna drain the oil. It's a little awkward where this drain plug is. Let's see. Yep, I got that there. I wonder if I could turn it this way. All right, I gotta break it open first. There we go. I don't have a simple tool for this square bit here. There we go. Okay, that's gonna come out. So what I want to do is, let's get this rag here. guess to assure the connector here doesn't get oil all over it. And I'll kind of move it out the way. Let's see how this oil looks. I didn't even care to pull the dipstick. The guy said it was sitting for 2 years, so. Yep, black oil. Cool. We'll let that drain. In the meantime, we'll do the spark plugs. Okay, so for the spark plugs, we got two. One on this side and one on the other side. I got Champion. And the model number is RC something. Where we at? There we go. RC12YC. Got them from Amazon. I'll have everything in the description. I'll have the links. All right, we got that boot off. Is this boot cracked? No, I guess not. Okay. 5/8 bit. Is that twisting already? Yep, there we go. Now, again, this has been sitting for 2 years, so no maintenance in 2 years. Oh, and I got the Champion RC12YC, baby. You can see that looks pretty gunked. I'm not a expert, but that looks gunked to me. Get the spark plug off on this side. And I think we could just twist. Yep. Now, from what I hear, these are the good Kohler engines from back in the days. I'm hearing that this is like a bulletproof engine kind of thing. Let me know down in the comments, you got any experience with this V-Twin Kohler engine? That's the model number there. Let me know. Yeah, look at them. Look at the spark plugs. Let's take a look. Compare it. I don't know. Pretty black. Smells like gasoline a bit. We'll put our new spark plugs in there. You want to be careful with spark plugs. You don't want to drop it. All right, let's do, I guess, a little comparison real quick. Yeah, the new ones are clean. That's what I can say. All right, let's see if I could reach in there. There we go. Screw it on nicely. We're gonna do it hand tight, and at the end, just do a little turn with the bit. What I like to do is hand tight with this at the end. Just like the oil filter, you don't want to over tighten it. You're gonna have issues later on. There we go. Okay, I can't turn it with my hands, so let's give it a little turn with this. Yeah, let me get this on. There we go. Boom. I think that's good. Let's do the other one. Let's get her in there, right there. So I'm a little clumsy, so my biggest thing, I didn't want to drop these spark plugs. Once again, hand tight. I'll see if I can turn it with this a little bit. Nope, so let's get it back on and give it its turn or two snug. Get the fuel line in my way a little bit, so let's come more back. Oh, that feels pretty snug. That should be good. Let's put the boot back on. Hey, where'd my boot go? There we go. And that's it. Let's take the oil filter off next. Put some new oil. We'll put the new air filter on, and that's it. That's a mini tune-up, baby. All right, that's pretty much drained. Gonna give it a little wipe with the rag. Now, before putting new oil, make sure you put your drain plug back on. Want to make sure I don't cross thread. Want it to go in smoothly. There we go. Hit it with the wrench. Let me see if I can turn it this way like that. Yeah, we could do that, and then we'll get it tight at the end. Let's see. Perfect. Now, one turn, and maybe another turn. Again, all these things you don't want to over tighten. See, I'm just a little OCD. I say I don't want to over tighten, but then my mind gets the best of me, and I want to make sure it's snug. Not over tighten, but snug. So that's snug. All right. Let's move this over to the oil filter. I got my oil wrench. Let's see if it's just truly hand tightened. Nope. Let's turn it with the oil wrench. There we go. They had a Napa oil filter on here. I got a generic one from Amazon. Oil filters, I'm not a big fan of oil filters. I know some people say there's some that's better than others and whatnot. Listen, when it comes to oil filter, give me the generic. That's never been a big deal to me. Okay, these are the oil filters. Came in a 2-pack from Amazon, about 10 bucks, so $5 each. And what's nice is that I got a Gravely zero turn there with a Kohler engine. Uses the same oil filter. So 2-pack, it works for my Wheel Horse and my Gravely over there. Ironically, that Toro zero turn there has no oil filter at all. It has a Briggs & Stratton engine, and that was the first time I ever seen an engine with no oil filter. Besides the go-kart, things like that. But as far as the mower, that was the first time. All right, let's get this on. Looks like he had the extended filter. That's not needed. Okay, I'm just gonna, do I want to lube with this? I guess, why not? You always want to lube the rubber O-ring here. A lot of people put oil in their filter. I do not. I do not. Don't ask me why. Well, you know what? I'll give you an answer why. Because you don't need it. Once you turn on the engine, the oil is going to go into your filter. To me, if you put oil into the filter, then you're going to just overfill with oil. I like to do things simple. 2 quarts of oil is going to go in here. I don't need to check the dipstick after. I know it should be perfect. If I put oil in this filter, then add 2 quarts, I'm going to be over. There's no reason to put oil in the filter. Okay. I did hand tight. Let's see. Well, a little more. Okay. And then I always like to give it a turn. Like I said before, I'm a little OCD. It needs to be snug to me. Okay, that's pretty much snug. One more turn maybe. There we go. You're not putting in work if you're not scratching up the oil filter, baby. And it tells you how to put it. Tighten, more, 3/4 turn, yada yada. All right. Where's that rag I had? Right here. Let's wipe that down under here. And next, all we got to do is put the oil. So we did spark plugs. We took out the oil. So we installed new spark plugs. We installed new oil filter. Now we need to add the oil. Oh yeah, and then we'll change the air filter. All right, we got the new air filter here. We'll do that next, and then adding the oil will be last. So there's a clip here, one on here, one on here, 2 clips. Easy peasy. This clip wants to be stuck. There we go. Okay, looks like there's a nut here. There we go. That's easy to turn. Oh, let's not lose that. This should slide right out. Perfect. And that's just a cover. So you see that? Same oil filter. I got this off of Amazon as well. All the links will be in the description. And as far as air filter, I do generic as well. Air filter, oil filter, generic. I think both are the same ways. I don't think it matters. Yeah, that should do. Let's find the hole. She always complains about that. See, I can't find the hole. Where are you? Oh, there she goes. She barely got in there. There we go. She was snug. Look, with my gloves, I'm dirty in the air filter. You see that? Get this nut back on. Make sure that's snug as I put the nut. All right, I think that's good right there. Looks good to me. Put this back on. See this clip here? This piece needs to go behind that metal right there. Hopefully you guys can see that on video. One snap. Oh, this one wants to get stuck. There we go. Two. That's it. Air filter. Let's add the oil, and this tune-up is good to go. Let's pull this dipstick out so we can add the oil there, and we'll be good to go. So place that there. Got my oil. Got my funnel. Are you clean? Let's see. Got our funnel, and now I do everything by measurement. 8 cups we're gonna put. That would be 2 quarts. So 2 quarts equals 8 cups. I got the measuring cup here, and we're gonna do 8 cups. So we're gonna do 2 cups at a time. That's 2 cups there. So with all my mowers and the go-kart, I like to use this measuring cup. It makes it super easy. When I do an oil change on my minivan, it's just 5 quarts, which is the whole bottle. So I don't got to do any measurements. All right. Okay, another 2. That's going to be 4. Probably on the last 2 cups, I got to go slower. That's 4. And what's nice is, this is 1 gallon, which is 4 quarts. So there would be 2 quarts left over. So the next oil change that I do on this mower with this, I don't even need to measure. It'll be the remaining 2 quarts that are in there. Okay, that's 6. 2 more cups and we're good with this oil change. There we go. 2 cups. Cap this up. There we go. That's 8 cups. Now reading dipsticks, I hate reading dipsticks. When you change the oil, it's hard to tell. But I guess we'll give it a try. Now that I got you guys on camera, huh? Take that funnel out. Let's see how we read. Yeah, I think it reads perfect. So let's check again one more time. I like to give it a little turn and then pull out. Oh, my hands are shaky. Look at that, perfect. Right there. I don't know if you guys could see on the camera, but that's right at that full line. Not over, perfect. Perfect. See, again, if you put oil in that oil filter and then you go by putting the recommended amount of oil, so in my case 2 quarts. If I put 2 quarts now and had put oil in that oil filter, don't you think it's going to be overfilled? I think so. All right, that's done. We're going to start her up, and that's it. We pretty much did a full tune-up, or half a tune-up, whatever the hell you want to call it. But anyway, we did oil change, spark plugs, air filter. Let me know down in the comments if you got a Wheel Horse, or for any of your mowers, do you use this Shell Rotella heavy duty? Why I can't say that correctly? Heavy duty diesel engine oil. Wow, that's a tongue twister, mouthful. Do you use this oil? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions and your suggestions. Until next time, peace.